So today I am joined by Appiah Annan. He is a dancer, choreographer, musician, and artistic director of Asanti Dance Theatre. Ghanaian-born, Appiah began dancing in his youth, quickly establishing himself within both traditional and contemporary circles. For the past 2 decades, he has called Australia home, where he leads Asanti Dance Theatre, a company dedicated to sharing West African culture through music, dance, and education. Under his direction, the company has become a bridge between worlds, bringing Ghanaian artists to Australia and creating meaningful cross-cultural collaborations. Appiah, so lovely that you're here today. I want to start off by asking you a little bit about what it was like growing up in Ghana with such a rich music and dance culture. What was your first experiences dancing?
I've always wanted to dance. And my first experience was I saw a dancing competition, which is like not far from where I used to live, and I went to see a bunch of dancers coming from all different suburbs, and that really inspired me. Oh, I really want to do this.
How old were you at that?
I was around 8,
Okay.
but I didn't start when I was 10. Yeah, I was still, because all the areas those dancers are from is a bit far. So in that, within from 8 years to 10 years, I've been sort of trying to move my body anywhere, and I use mirror as my inspiration. I stand in the mirror and start to recognize myself and moving and stuff. So yeah, and I started to develop interest from there. But I actually kick in with the dance, I think 1992.
Yeah.
I started 1992, 2002, just like, so it's been over 33 years.
How did it move from practicing in front of the mirror to like training as a dancer?
I quite enjoy, because in the mirror it's more like realizing myself as a human being, and even just looking at my face to face and touching my body and moving and see how it is. I really like that, so I really want to, but once I get into the actual one, I really find that I need to work hard. And I realized that in the very earlier stages, like, you have to really put a lot of work into it. You have to really train physically strong.
Yeah.
A lot of run. I was running like 5 hours, 4 hours every day. Every day. Like in Ghana, where in my area, people wake up early in the morning anyway. But there are other people that are more like athletes that wake up like 4 a.m. and they will run till about 7 or 8 in the morning every day. So I joined them. They will be playing music. Once they are running, they will be playing a little drums and singing and stuff. So you don't really feel it, And I also feel a sense of being trained hard and having a shower. It makes me relax a lot.
Yeah.
And I like that kind of,
Yeah.
and I'm missing that now, because I'm not doing that very much, and I want to go back to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm missing that a lot.
Yeah. It's always so satisfying after a workout to, yeah.
And I think it's not just for dancers, it's like anyone in general. If you've been to the gym for 1 or 2 hours and you finish and you shower, you have some sense of, really feeling your body and feel like you are strong and grounded and stuff. So yeah, I think it's good for mankind.
Yeah, it is. And then starting to train, was it something that your parents or the grown-ups around you were supporting you through the dancing?
Yes, they were supporting at a very earlier stage, because they realized that my interest is just that. But then as time goes on, they were not very sure where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But I just kept on doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the key to everything, You have challenges and stuff. I wasn't very good at school, and because I started to win at competitions and stuff in Ghana in an earlier age.
In
dance, like regional dance championships. And I think the first one I won is 1998.
And so did you join a dance school, or was it just learning off the street from other?
Yeah, like, Africa, it's really hard to have a lot of dance schools around the communities and in the actual town. So it's all like a side thing. There is a guy called Omari, who is here in Australia. I brought him. Me and my friend went to approach him that we want to start dancing, and even we are the first one that he started the group with. Wow. So it wasn't like something that he have academy, he's going already before we join it, but we are the one we approach him to initiate to start.
Wow.
And when we started, we were training every day. Monday to Friday, and then we do a lot of performances like funeral. When people pass away, we go and perform. I remember we used to wear like black and white, and parties and festivals as well. We perform and people start to call us. There is a bed. There is like a bed. Those bed that I don't know how they call them here, but we call it kwan kwan lobite in Ghana. Is a white in the necks and then they're black.
Okay.
See the rest of the.
It's like a kind of dress up.
Yeah, that we dress. No, it's not a dress up. We are the one wearing the black and white, and people are calling us like that because they are always seeing that we are wearing black pants and then white long sleeves.
Yeah.
So it became like our name.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which in a way it's not all that cool because they were not saying it in a very cool way.
Okay.
You know, they were not saying it in a cool way. It's like, oh, look at those black and white dancers. You know, like not like they're not addressing us to be like very very good. You know, but we kept on, and now those people that did all of that, we are everybody is outside of the country.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
In terms of the dances that you were with then.
Yeah, because the some of the community people were not appreciating and not supporting us fully.
Yeah.
Not most people also like it, but like can say pretty much half, you know, because we were doing it everywhere and that's our passion. And also we started to get a lot of work around people calling us and stuff, and we feel like that's the way we are also contributing for the community.
Yeah.
You know, so we just kept on doing it. But I'm just saying this because whatever everybody is doing, you have to do it because that can lead you to somewhere.
Yeah.
If you listen to people, sometimes you might stop what you're doing, you know. Like I remember one of my cousins were asking me, so what are you gonna do when you grow up? I said I'm gonna dance. And then they asked me, so what about if you have like accident with your hand or your leg? And so I don't know, but let the accident happen and then we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
You know, so we just have to keep on doing it.
Yeah, that's very true. I think you never know when something's gonna lead you, and like when you're very passionate about it, it can open doors.
That's right.
And what was it? Was it like a traditional kind of dance? Was it more like
No, we call it freestyle, and we used to do a lot with the house music,
okay,
funky, really, really fast, you know.
cool.
And you know, I have one of my friends. His name's that like Orlando. He is one of the top dancers in Germany now, and he was saying that time when dancers are moving, they don't think too much. Like everything is like power tap, you know, really. So that's how we started, you know.
Yeah.
And then slowly I did that for a long time, and then I get bit of break dance, bit of hip hop, and yeah, as time goes on, I sat down myself and I realized, oh, actually in America, people are doing this even more than Africa. So why don't I go back to my roots, go dive into the culture and learn the traditional dances and the stories are behind it and stuff like that. So I quickly got accepted into a company from Accra to Cape Coast. Cape Coast is like 3 hours from Accra, and that company was being sponsored by the Danish government and my director at the time called Seletenyomi. And yeah, I got into Agro when I think I was about maybe 20 or 21. Okay. I think that was 2000.
This is the name of the school, or like acrobatics?
This is the name of the dance company that I started doing the traditional dance with. Okay. So remember, I was doing the freestyle and I was doing the hip hop, and then I moved to traditional dance. Yeah, but I was in that sector for quite a while.
And then tell me a little bit about from the company, what kind of performances were you doing? Was it for just like the general public, or were you touring outside of Ghana?
That company was very big, and I'm the one of the last one to come before the company stopped. And before then, I knew that they travel around the world. They go to America, they go to Denmark. They have a base residence in Denmark because it's being sponsored by the Danish government. Yeah. And we have students coming from all over the world. People, Europe, everywhere. Even here in Australia, that was what I was telling about with the Deakin University.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's But then the performances are mainly based in the one that I got in, because when I was only there for like 2 years. And then the company stopped. But in that 2 years, I learned a lot, you know, and we did performances around Ghana, not outside Ghana. Okay. But I met a lot of people and I made a lot of connections from that.
People in the music and...
Yes, and dance. Mainly dance. Because that time my focus was dancing. Music for me, it's just in the last 7 years.
Yeah, okay.
I started learning the kora. So I'm very... compared to somebody who play kora or that instrument, I'm like baby.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was the first opportunity you had to travel or to go overseas?
My first opportunity, I did travel a little bit in Africa. I went to Burkina Faso, or in the West Africa. I went to Nigeria, I went to Togo, I went to Benin, and then I went to England, which is a very big culture shock for me. You know, I was even in the business class in the plane. I don't know that I was in business class. The food kept coming, and and later here, my girlfriend at the time said, "Oh." She checked my tickets and they said, "Oh, you were in business class." I don't even know that I was in a business class. So it's a very big culture shock. Just arriving in London for my first time, and seeing the people. A lot of people. Everyone is busy, and the landscape is different. Very neat, very clean. Rivers. See people. It's the radar, building. Everything is very different. And it took me time to know how people are in the West. At the beginning, I'm coming, when you come from Africa, your mind is very happy, everything is like nice, and you don't know I think Africans are very open. Africans are very, if you don't know them, you don't know them. But when you get closer to them, you're going to realize that they are very love and caring, because we have never been sort of really protected by government or by rules and laws that really everything we do in Africa is a community, is a support. We don't need the police to come. We will go and intervene. If somebody's fighting all along the street, I can just go and do something about it. I won't just leave them, so we support each other in that sense. That's Africa. But coming to London, I realized that people are very individual and people are really straight, and sometimes it's even hard to get help. It's really, really hard, because the reason why I said it is because one time I was just walking to my house in London, and I saw a car with a guy inside, and the car was on fire.
Oh my God.
Like in London, there was like smoke, and they get this guy stuck. I don't know what happened, if it got freeze in the car or something, that's had a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
And I was walking, and people were walking past. Some people are taking their phone to call the ambulance. I just want to go in and open the door and let him out and get the person before, because I don't know what time that the ambulance will get there. But then something inside in me said, why the people are here? They are not watching. Why should I have to go and tell them? Maybe later I'll get called and get questions, and I'm a visitor in this country. So I have to step back, and I felt really, really bad, because that's not like me at all. But I have to step back until the ambulance came and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you end up staying in London for?
I was there for 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. But in that 6 months, I did a bit of work, and I performed in a West End show.
Oh wow.
Which is very good.
That's amazing.
African beat and Irish feet.
Oh my God. It was like a mix.
Yeah, in a very big theater.
Yeah.
In Hammersmith in London, which is quite very, very. That's my first sort of big. I've come from Africa, and the energy is too much.
Yeah.
The energy is like powerful, because by the time I'm very strong, and it's like I'm just eager to learn everything. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
And were you there with other African dancers or Ghanaian?
Yeah, it was. I was there with my partner, but then girlfriend at the time. But I met a lot of African dancers there. Some of them I know from Ghana already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would have been nice. Wow. And then were you just like wanting to go back home in that time, or how were you?
When I finished the tour, when I finished, staying there for 6 months, I wanted to come back home.
Yeah.
But then we decided to come to Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what makes me come to Australia, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to visit, or was it through the dance?
No, I was coming because my partner actually is Australian, but the parents are from London and Italy. So the mom is from London. I was there just to see her and enjoy it and see some performance and take some part of like classes and performing stuff. But then we decided to come here to stay. Because actually, I said it's my dad. My dad said, well, I told my dad, I'm done here. I'm coming home. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm done the West End show, and I feel like energized. I want to come and share the experience with the culture. And my dad said, no, why do you want to come home? Go to Australia from there.
And so what was Australia like for you? You spent 6 months in London and it was a culture shock. How did Australia compare to London?
When I came to Australia, I don't know. I felt a bit more connected here.
Yeah,
Australia is very massive.
it is.
Australia is really big, and you know, I saw the Aborigines. My first time, I've seen them, and my girlfriend has been giving me at the time has given me photos and videos as I've seen them, and I saw Bangara Dance Theatre. So yeah, so then coming to see them real here, I feel like we are all African. That's I felt straight away, but it took me a time for me to realize that
Yes.
they are also different to African. You know what I mean? But for me, I thought when I met them straight away, I knew that we are all one. It takes time for us to get to know each other and stuff like that, you know. But I feel like they've been through a lot of pain, you know, with their culture and their history here in Australia. So they sort of, for me, I feel like they very reserved and still fighting their way through because they haven't get full potential of what they deserve and what has been, you know, stripped from them, and they haven't been acknowledged well enough in Australia, I think, you know. And I think the great way to, you know, seek a country move forward is like acknowledging your past to move forward, you know, and also making them feel like, you know, now they can, their voice has been heard, you know. And up to now, I don't still feel 100% that their voice has been heard.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
And some people think it's all right. Some people think it's, you know, so everyone thinks different. And, you know, if we want the world to become a better place, we have to think equal rights for everybody, everyone.
Yeah. It's like what you were talking about with the oneness. Like we are all
Yeah.
part of the human race.
Yeah.
We all deserve.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about in my song, the one I want to make the music video, and it's more about, I say everything that I say in the song, and I feel like that song is going to be a good one, especially people of Ghana, because they can hear the language I'm singing in. That is, we have to be very honest. We have to be very free, and that can change our country.
Yes.
You know, where you are honest and you don't hide things and everything is transparent. I think that brings a lot of improvement to a country, because then there is no any dodgy, there's no any, you know, back doorways. You know, everyone knows their rules and laws and, you know, things like that. So
Yeah.
that song is actually, I really want Ghana to really hold it and become part of their process in terms of moving forward from now.
Yeah, that's very powerful. I think music and dance is always or the arts in general is such a way to send these messages to people and for people to be listening as well. Because I think when it's like a politician speaking, it's different. But when it's an artist, people are hearing it differently.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's what I want to say this to all fellow artists, and I really like things that are going on in the music industry and how music is shifting a lot.
Yeah.
But for me, my music that I want to do is not just a music for people to just dance or talk about girls or about cars or things. It's more of the message, consciousness, you know, uplifting, you know, something that is good for all. I stand for that in my music, you know.
And it's beautiful to do it in like your native tongue as well.
But in saying that, I have one that is coming up. It's called One Language, One Currency.
Okay.
That one will be in English, because African don't speak one language.
Yeah.
So the song is about that.
Okay. I'm excited to
English.
hear.
Yeah, it's in English. It's more like I like Bob Marley is more like icon. I love Bob Marley, and so yeah, I love his words and stuff.
Yeah, what you were saying about the messaging, it reminds me of reggae music.
Yeah, so that song is actually reggae, and I got the inspiration from one of my teachers in Burkina Faso, Jufo Traore. Jufo, yeah, because he teach me the rhythms and stuff, and I've made it on my own, but you know, I got the inspiration from him.
In terms of the reggae rhythm or a different?
Oh yeah, he wasn't calling too much reggae, but I bring my feel to it as a reggae and the message. You know, yeah, it was just like a very sweet melody, but I have make it more like a message song. Yeah.
What inspired you to get into music? Was it always like an intention of yours?
That particular instrument I've always loved, the choral instrument. Since I heard it, and me too, I'm an African that I love different cultures outside Africa. You know, because when I was in that company with that girl, we are working with people from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, America, Europe, every part of Europe. So I get used to a lot of different dances and stuff, and I like to fuse them. Although I haven't had the chance to really do what I wanted to do, but I'm slowly getting there in a couple of years. Yeah, once the project and everything done, I'm just solely going to focus on that, and not I will perform, but I won't do like a small performances anymore. If I would do performances, it have to be like a project. It have to be like a something that I've worked on, not just every festival, but I can get people to do that. Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Do you feel like music and dance are similar worlds in the sense of like making music? Do you approach it the way you might choreograph a show, or is it quite different mindsets for you?
It's a different mindset. Yeah. Some people can see it's one, but it's a different mindset. Because like I'm in the process of doing a project with my daughter now, and the thinking is very different because you have to think about the storyline. If I'm creating music, I find it a bit more easier for me than making a dance production.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. For dance production, you have to find a different way of moving your body, and you have to think about a song that will go for it. So there's a little bit of more into that, because when I'm playing the choral, everything is there already. I'm playing the melodies, so I can sort of start to make some words a little bit. I find that process a bit easier than making a new work. Like a new work, you are creating a dance vocabulary. You are making it, and it's hard on your body, and it's I say all different things that that's what I think.
Okay, interesting. Just going back a little bit, so when you came to Australia, and when was it between that and starting Asanti Dance Theatre? Like, what was the timeline for you? And did you go back to Ghana first and start it?
No, when I came to Australia, I was here for maybe 2 years or 3 years before I went back. And that my first year, I wasn't even thinking to start my own company. I want to start with some of the other artists here, so that we can, because I like doing stuff together.
Collaborating.
Yeah, but then I realized it's not working, and it's hard to collaborate with people sometimes. If you are all not on the same page, it doesn't matter if it's musicians or dancers or something. Finding everyone individual time and coming. If you don't have a strong goal, you don't have a strong project in mind, and you cannot just rehearse for waiting for gigs and stuff like that, it doesn't work. So I collaborate with a guy called Pa Brown, and we did a group called Botway. We all open one bank account, because I want to share everything. I don't feel like I'm just the director, I'm just the leader. I want to have so everyone have a table, because I want a fast growing. Because there is no any sustainable great African dance company in the world that I can call that this is what I like now.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a few. They started some, and then they will start, and then later they stop. There is one called Ajido, which is a London-based African dance company that are having dancers from Ghana, Ivory Coast, Zimbabwe, like everywhere in Africa. There's like it's like African contemporary, really good. They have their culture, they do contemporary, they do creative, but it's not there anymore. African dance companies cannot stay for very, very, very long time. And I don't know why. And I want to find why.
Well, it sounds like you can see what's missing and fill that gap.
But I think I can also see why that was missing, because I've done a little bit in my time, and now I want to do it differently. You have to be able to have a resource yourself to be able to help somebody.
For sure.
You cannot help somebody without you not having nothing. It will never work. They will ride you, they will override you, they will talk on you, they will be doing something, the respect is not much. So that's why I have all these projects in having place, so that I can have money, I can have facilities, I can have equipment, I can have opportunity traveling, then I can go in contracts and make everything really work. People will be dance on the contract basis and stuff like that. In my first travel I did, I've been bringing people from Ghana to Australia to Ghana. I've done both. And the one from Ghana to Australia, I didn't do contract, and I think that is a big mistake I did. And also when you bring them, you have to make sure you have a work for them. You cannot bring people who say, This and I'm saying this for people in Ghana that they say, "Oh, bring me," but it's not about bringing. Once you sit in the plane, your mind is different. You won't become the best more than everybody. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure that I was doing it more in like a community level.
Yeah,
But now it needs to be like a big mess.
I see it. Because you've done like a mix of different things. You've had shows, but you've also gone into like education, like teaching drumming. So can you speak a little bit about how people received it here? Because bringing some of that African culture to a culture that doesn't necessarily have connection with music.
Yeah, I would say this to everybody that if you are a dancer, learn how to drum as well, because drumming and dancing or drumming and music is like together. So if you have opportunity to do both, because most Africans, it's hard. There's a few that do both, or unless they travel and they realize how important it is. If you are Africa, you are a dancer, you are a dancer, you are a musician, you are a musician. And some people, when they are very good choreographer player, they don't want to do anything else. That's all they want to do. But once you come here and you want to exceed and excel more, you have to make sure that you cover a lot of different areas. So I didn't start drumming in Ghana. I started drumming here. But it's in my head and I hear it and I dance to it and I can play with my mouth. But playing with it with your mouth and actually put it on the drum is another different story. You have to learn that. You know, since I came here and I learned how to drum 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I started to contact people in Ghana and Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast and Guinea and stuff to teach me some rhythms. Yeah. And then when I go there, I learn with the local people.
Yes, because you go back and forth a lot. So.
Yeah. I used to go every year taking students from here to Ghana for a month study tour. I do a study tour and but now I'm not doing any of that. But I'm thinking to start in the next couple of years.
You're thinking to study?
Again, start again. Start like in the next couple of years. Then I'll have a place for them to stay and everything will be okay and stuff.
Yes. And okay, let's talk a bit about Bessa. Is that how you say it?
Bessa.
Bessa. Yeah. What inspired the show and also to work with your daughter so closely? Because sometimes working with family is a little tricky.
Yeah. Bessa literally means come and dance.
Come and dance.
Yeah. Bessa means come and dance. Because I feel like people that are coming from diverse background, they are not doing their cultural things, especially language, dance, movement. They are all moving into this new hip hop. You know, it's becoming a lot. But I'm thinking how we can fuse that and tell stories with the traditional dances. So, but we didn't get all the funding that we want. We just got a small funding. So there is myself and my daughter, and Kofi, one of the master musicians here. My daughter, she's a ballet dancer. Her background is ballet. She go to the VCAT, and I feel like that would be very interested to contrast ballet and African dance, because her body and how they place with African dance is very different. So that's how, and also just to give them some sense of belonging. You know, sense of belonging. You know, you should learn your traditional things, you know, and then move forward. You can change it and move forward as you go. You know, you don't have to be stuck with it, because in Africa things are being stuck in one place. And you know, my first production I did, there is a drum called from, which is a royal drum, very big tall drum. When you are playing, you have to stand on a chair, and I have to pull a wheel on it and put it flat on the floor and go in and move like a snake. And people were asking, why are you are disrespecting the culture? Why are you doing something that this drum is a royal drums and it needs to be standing play? And I said, if we want to move forward, we have to start to think differently.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're having a chair and we are always having the same chair. We have to have different type of chairs.
Yeah.
You know, so this is a thing that I'm trying to create with the dances now.
Yeah. And I think as well, people always want to see something new. They're afraid of the change, but then they don't know what it can look like. So you're going to show them.
That has been my aim, and I haven't been able to do it properly.
Okay.
Still now, I'm still looking for it, and I'm still searching. And I feel like I'm really coming there now, because you need a total free mind and just focus on that. You cannot do that and doing all different things. It's hard, you know, if you want that message to come across clearly. Like Bangara, or it's a company, they just come and make work. They travel, they listen to stories, they make dance out of it, and that's what I want to do.
Yes. Mainly from Ghana, these stories that you're going to tell, or?
I would want to tell cross-culture stories. I want to, because my base is Ghana, but I want to tell Also the culture from the West,
Yeah.
the Western world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it choreographing your daughter Mina? Because I think it would be sometimes difficult taking direction from a parent, but how has their relationship been like working together?
I think once we get in the space, we are all very serious. Yeah. I don't see her as my daughter. She doesn't see me as father. We see ourselves like dancers. And she moved very quite fluidly, and because her trainings are very different to my trainings. I'm very strong and traditional, and she's like very flow and stretchy and very, very different. So once we are in a space, we think differently. Which is I like that. I like that. Yeah. If not, it's not gonna work.
Yes.
Yes.
And I know as well you're thinking to return to Ghana in a few years just to be more established there and then travel back and forth. What are you hoping to grow there in terms of the music and the dance?
The future is great.
Yeah.
And I've always talked about future, and now I want to live the future. I don't want to wait too long anymore because time is now. So I want to go there back, all the mistakes I've done from the past, I want to go and change it. I want to go and make it feel better to the vision so that even when I'm not there, it can be carried on.
Yeah.
I don't know who is going to carry it on yet, but time will come and we'll see,
Yeah.
I want to because even in Africa, like most dances that when I was growing up, the traditional dances that we did, they don't tell us the meanings and the stories behind it.
Okay.
That's very sad. But when you come to the West, they ask you, what is the meaning of this? Why are you doing this hand? Why is your hand like this? They love questions because they want to know.
Yeah.
And those things were taught only by when you go to University of Dance, Legon, or some of the other universities that study music and dance in Ghana before you can learn these stories. And sometimes even we might have an artist director, he might just, the dances like this, they perform in the festival. But sometimes there is more to it of every movement and what they mean. And that is what I want the new dancers also to start to learn that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that will help us to make our work very clear.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So going back there, have the company, and then my vision that we can start to tour around the world with that unique, creative, massive, with the props and objects and stuff. With having a very young dancers between maybe 17 to 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you cast them from a company or would you find just kind of off the street?
We're just going to advertise it.
Okay, I see.
And they have to come for audition. Yeah. So it's not like I know you come and do it. No, it's not. But I want to make it open and get the best ones. We have to go for the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
You've also performed at some huge festivals, WOMAD being one of them. What's the experience bringing the performance to foreign audiences? How do you feel the reactions are to?
I think Asanti has been always received well, and we are the biggest African drum and dance company in Australia. I'm saying that because when I first came here, anytime I see a group dancing, there is only one or two. Asanti is the first one to bring about 10 dancers on the stage and musicians, maybe more than 15 in the class.
Yeah.
And we were performing in where most Africans here would not get a chance to play there. At Centre Melbourne, we have performed at the Moat House Theatre. I got one of the biggest funding you can get from the Sydney Maya Foundation 2011. And that opened a way for me to say now I'm a Sydney Maya recipient, and that opened ways for other funding bodies to also give us more funding and get connected to different artists. And our performances has been received, like we perform for Australian Dance Awards, we perform for WOMAD. To be very honest, every big festivals in Australia we have done.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that we can start to take it more around the world, not just Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Appiah.
Thank you very much, Orit.
I so look forward to whatever the future holds and to hopefully collaborating together more.
I hope that we can do a lot of videos together, and I'm
Yeah.
like working with you, so it's good,
Yeah,
we can
likewise.
do more of maybe sometimes you can come to Ghana to do some filming there, and I can show you around and stuff like that.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.